at Baird's second day of debrief, a little bit different topics than yesterday. And I think it's more a little bit about boat handling, tacking, jiving kind of stuff. Is that right?
Maybe.
Maybe. And I heard a few cameo appearances as well. So, it's my pleasure to introduce Ed Baird.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Randy. Great to be here again this afternoon. We're a little shy on people at the moment. We know we've got boats that are still coming in from the offshore course, and a lot of you just got in from your race courses inside. But we're going to get going on time here, best we can, and try to show you guys a little bit about what happened out there today. Now, one of the things that is different about day 2 than day 1 is the priorities and the goals that each team has. You know, coming into the regatta yesterday, a lot of teams suggested to me and you know, other folks that were asking them questions about it, that you know, they were really just trying to learn the venue a little bit, trying to not make any big giant mistakes, trying to you know, get started with races they could keep and improve from there. The big deal yesterday was to go out and learn a little bit about what the race course was offering up and try to improve on that today. So hopefully you guys all feel like you did that. But we wanted to share with you a little bit about what people felt like today meant to them and the types of things that they were going to be thinking about. So we went around the docks this morning a little bit, and Keith Brash got a great little video with a few of your fellow racers telling us what to expect on the race course on their boats today. What do you got, Keith?
My priority today is to do better than yesterday.
And my priority today is not to smash anyone and to keep the boat moving.
My priority today is clean crew work.
My priority today is to win.
What's your priority today is to move fast.
Our priority today would be managing ley lines.
My priority today is not cashing off the table too early and always reinvesting into your side on the race course.
My priority today is to stay clean. No fouls.
Manage the conditions, manage the boats around us, and have fun.
Sailing Charleston, the current's a huge priority, so we try to run the bias on the line, figure out the current on the first beat, and figure out the best way to get up current.
My priority on the race course is that my son has a good time.
Make sure you got plenty of sunblock and keep the boat going fast.
Priority on the race course, suck a little bit less.
Our priority on the race course today is to have nice, fair courses, upwind, or 15 knots.
So hopefully everybody got what they wanted. But wow, you know, it was interesting there to hear the different ways that people were going to approach today. Certainly different than yesterday. Yesterday a little bit conservative. Today it was people saying, well, you know, I want to step it up. I want to get moving forward. And you know, we went out there today to have a look around and see how they did that. Now, as you all remember, it was a light air day. We left the dock a little bit late. And even after we got out there wasn't a lot of breeze to get started with. So when it was time to race, you had to snap right into it pretty quick. And that makes it important that everybody has a couple of minutes ahead of time to think through, you know, what's different about today. And one of the big things that was different about today was that the current was going the same direction all day. It just got stronger and stronger as the day went on. And now that, of course, was an incoming tide on the race courses. Looking upwind, it was basically going left to right. And, you know, that made some things a little different. First of all, it made it harder to get to the starting line on starboard tack. And you'll see some starting video here today that'll show you just what happened when you didn't take that into account. It also meant that the gate roundings were a little different. You know, one gate made it so that you turned really wide, and the other gate it was quite easy to go right next to the mark and have a good rounding. So there's a whole bunch of things that were a little bit different today, and I found that one of the most interesting things was that when you got out there were several good teams that were sailing around the race course trying to learn what was happening, and they all seemed to be trying to sail with someone else. And you know, I found that quite impressive, that you look out there and there were boats paired up all over the place. And you know, that's also something to think about long before you leave the dock. is, can I hook up with somebody who will work with me and help to challenge me, and I'll challenge them, and maybe we'll all learn quicker together that way. So we're going to look through Keith's video today. It's a little different than the last couple of days where we've had a nice musical, theatrical approach. Today we got some sort of meaty stuff. And so we're going to run through it with no music and talk about it while it's happening. And we're not going to stop and start quite so many times. So I want you to pay close attention while you're watching what Keith Brash has gotten for us today. So as we said, here's a couple of Melges 20s just working together to not only learn a little bit about what the wind directions are on the race course, but to just smooth out that tacking and maneuvering situation. As you can imagine, on a light air day like this, you're not going to get a lot from just a long straight line speed test because it's so puffy and the breeze is just filling in. So these guys decided to do a few tacks, do a few jibes on each other, and just make sure that their boat handling was crisp. Getting down near the starting line now, there was on the Melges 20 course, it was a long delay just like on the J70s. Here we got the J70. These guys didn't have a training partner to go with them, but they were still going through maneuvers, making sure that they learned the right amount of turn and heel and rock for that light air. Now here's the first start in the J70s. Look at the big dip in the center of the line. There's the gun. We're right on the line right here. There are boats literally 6 boat lengths back in the middle of the starting line because they did not take into account what was happening with the current. And you can see right here, these first couple of boats that just have a nice tack, they could cross everybody right now. And thinking back on that race, they may have been better to go on and do that, if you remember that one. But, big, long, lazy shifts out there where it would slowly fill in from one side and then die away again, and then slowly fill in on the other side. Now here's the second group starting. Look at the pin boat on the left. And look at the big dip in the center, all caused by people not appreciating how fast that tide was starting to move against them. And it was almost right on their nose as they tried to come up to the line there. So it was holding them back, making the line farther away, in essence. So look at that. That's a start, and it wasn't even close to a straight line. Now we got a little bit of, we're looking at the gate as people go through here. Up current is one thing that Scott Nixon said on his goal for the day. Make sure you're up current, and that's the boat going around that left-hand gate mark. They are up current. The boat coming around this other side is down current, and as you watch them go around, you'll see how wide they end up getting pushed. Now the current's not going too quickly quite yet, but it's still, look how wide these boats are getting set on that right-hand gate looking upwind. So another thing to think about as you round these marks, there's great opportunity here. If you're going to go around the down current gate, at least think about the fact that you can turn earlier. Look at that guy turning inside everybody. Just watch what I'm talking about here. Both these boats going around each side at the same time. They're virtually tied as they go around. Look how far away that boat gets from the gate. And far enough that the boat behind them can come and turn inside. Wouldn't that be fun to do to your friends tomorrow, right? So here comes another start now. It's Melges 24s, I believe. And again, a lot of boats just late there on the line, giving up huge amounts of distance. Look at these boats on the right-hand side of the picture, 3-4 boat lengths back. One of them's already tacking over to go behind the fleet, just because they didn't think about that current enough. And one of the things you can do to do that better is just get out there a little bit early and do a couple of practice runs at the line. It's going to be different every single start. So get out there and check it out. Here comes the Melges 20s. The lowest boat there is defending down to that port tacker and then starting. A little bit of a dip, not quite as pronounced as the Melges 24s were. But wow, look how late some of these guys are. I remember we watched one start today where it was more than 30 seconds before the whole fleet had crossed the line. Now that's a pretty big gift to the leaders to start 30 seconds late. So off these guys go. Now, what I'm trying to do out here by showing you guys these videos and talking a little bit about the race course is really to get you thinking about the future. And so I hope what you'll talk about amongst yourselves tonight, what you'll think about for tomorrow, is ways that you can get out there and step forward on how you did today, how you can get closer to the starting line, how you can round the gate tighter, how you can make your tacks and jibes just a little smoother, and maybe hook up with another team that you can train a little bit with before the race, so you can challenge each other to go a little faster, to think a little better, and to be a little better at the finish line. So I hope that's really fun for you tomorrow. I wish you all tremendous luck. I hope we have a great breeze for tomorrow to finish the regatta up. And one question I have for all of you is, are you having fun at Charleston Race Week? Is it good? Nice. And that is without 80% of the competitors who are still putting their boats away, we know. And so we're excited that it's such a fun event for you, and hopefully what we're doing up here is helpful as well. Now, Keith is going to let this all run through one more time, so if you haven't started talking about it for tomorrow, you're going to have your opportunity, but I'm going to sign off. So thanks very much. We'll see you. Good luck tomorrow.